Hello BCom students. So today we are going to discuss regarding variables in C language. Then after pre-processed directives in C language and programs to read integer, float, character. Okay. Then after typecasting, conversion of one data type to other. So before this we have discussed data types in C language. Okay. So please understand these two are related. There I discussed many times variable, data type, value like words. Okay, so variables means what? Input values. Okay, or variables are nothing but one type of identifiers. Variables are nothing but identifiers, one of the identifiers ఎక్కడ వచ్చింది? C tokens. C tokens we have reserved words, identifiers, user defined words, user defined names are called within the program are called identifiers. So identifier may be variable, array name, function name, unit name, structure name, pointer name. Okay, so variables are one of the type of identifiers. So user will define variables for what? To store the input values. For example, sum, average, height, age, name, father name, rule number, hall ticket number. So input, integer type input, float input, character input, string input. The input may be of any type. Okay, a variable is a storage location which stores input values. Okay, where it is going to store? A variable is a named value that may be used to store the data. So input values are accessed in the program and they will be right. See, variables, for example, in C or C++. Okay, int a is equal to 20, for example. So we know from last class what is int, what is float, what is char. Data types we discussed. So here a variable is going to store a value 20. So 20 is the value, age is the variable name or identifier, int is the data type. So where the input value is going to be stored, the compiler will allocate memory of how many bytes? Integer, for example 2 bytes. So reserved memory for variable in RAM at the time of execution. Okay, what is the value here? 20. So 20 will be stored in a location. How we are storing, right? Books in the racks. How will you put books in the rack? How will you put books in your bag? Okay, think of like that. So variable value, if you want to work with age and the value 20, okay, right? First the input value should be stored in the RAM memory. Okay, that int age value may be read from the right input also, keyboard. At the time of execution also you can run the program. At the time also you can ask for the right input value. Okay, unlike constants, variables are changeable. Okay, we can redefine the value. Okay, enter age, for example somebody is 21, next person age, enter age 31, enter age 45. Okay, and a variable may be changed, okay, many times in the program. First you can declare age as 25, third line you can again redefine age equal to 35 again. So same variable you can use multiple times and you can redefine. You can input the variable value, you can change the value. That's what it's called variable. Changing the variable value may be vary from time to time. Okay, so variables, first point, we store the input values. Which kind of variables? What kind of variables? Integer variable, float, char. So remind last class data types గుర్తు చేసుకోండి. Same rules for identifiers may be used here. Rules of variable names. Okay, declaration of variables. So first, before going to use the variable, they must be declared. For example, you could see int a, float b, char ch. Integer variable, one float variable, What are int, float, char? Type, data type. Short will say why we should declare the variable. It is a rule in C language. First of all, next it tells the compiler what variable name is. Int x comma y comma z. How many variables? What is the name? What are the names of the variables? Okay. It may be knowing. It specifies what type of data variable will hold. Okay, na class laws, girls. We have names, surnames. Okay, A Sarita, B Sarita, for example. Okay, so we could differentiate them with the details. So variable declarations. Example, we should give data type int a, float, char, like this. For short int a, long int a, float, like this also we could initialize. Initialize means putting the value. First declaration, it is called declaration, it is called initialization. Initially putting some value, initialization. So declare the variable and put the value according to data type. Float k is 1.5, character, single character. Int d, f, d equal to 3 and right, this is called initialization. And the scope of variable. Scope means, for example, in our college we have library, we have lab. Okay, so what is your scope within the college? Where you can work, where you can go, where you can visit, where you can sit. You can sit in the classroom, you can go to the dining hall, you can go for the waiting room, you can go to the library, you can go to the lab. Beside we have another college, for example. There we cannot go and we cannot sit, we cannot enter to the, we are not allowed to enter to the building. So our scope is within the college building or within the college buildings. If you have two buildings, for two buildings you can move. But other college building, other office, you are not allowed to enter. Okay, bank. For example, beside we have a bank. Bank లోకి వెళ్ళి వర్క్ చేసుకుంటాం మేము కంప్యూటర్లో అంటే you are not allowed. So that is scope. Scope means the region of the program where the variable can be used. Okay. For example, bus pass, for example, bus pass, how they can use within a city, within the city, for example. Okay, next, express bus pass is different, ordinary bus pass is different. Express bus pass can be valid, can be used with the local bus pass also, can be used as local bus pass. Anni buses lo vellochu. Local bus pass, you are not allowed to travel or to go with express services with local bus pass, sorry. So restriction will be there. And we have public and private. Okay, so here also we have two scopes for the variables. We could use two kinds of variables. One are global variables and others are local variables. Inside a function within a block which is called local, so we are local to our college, but there are many colleges like us. Shantiniketan lanti college chala unnadi. There are many colleges like Shantiniketan. All are belong to the Usmania University. All the degree colleges in the city are working under Usmania. So Usmania will be as a global. Usmania website can be accessed by every college. Shantiniketan website can be accessed by our college people only. So local variable and global variable. Local means private, global means public. Okay, local may be used within the block. ఈ మెయిన్లో ఉన్న ఏ మెయిన్ వరకే వాడుకోవచ్చు. వీ కెన్ యూజ్ ఏ విత్ ఇన్ ద మెయిన్, నాట్ అవుట్ సైడ్ ద మెయిన్. Global variables may be declared before the function. For example, G may be used inside the main. Previous program, A is declared and used inside the int A is declared inside main. Open main, close main, local variable. And this is called global variable. Before main, any other function like main can use public telephone like. So that is variables. Okay, next preprocessor directives. Preprocessor. So before going to compile the program, preprocessor directive should be included in the program. Okay, and preprocessor directory will allow the compiler, okay, right, before processing the source code. Means we are writing some programs, addition of two numbers, greatest of two numbers. Okay, right. So that source code will be added with other codes. Okay, so there is a link section. So in link section we could have the preprocessors. Okay, so preprocessor must be right executed first before the program executed. Okay, all the preprocessor begin with a pound symbol. Hash symbol is called pound in computer science. Okay, so there are four types of preprocessor: macros, header files. We are using this one. Hash include hash include stdio.h, hash include math.h, string.h. Like this we will use. Second we know. Okay, third type and the fourth type. Four types of preprocessors. When hash symbol is there, they are called preprocessor directives. Okay, macro means a shortcut, symbolic constant. Sometimes we'll say. Okay, there are examples for each. Okay, define max array length. So wherever max array length word is used in the program, there 20 will be substituted. So defining max array length, this three words combination wherever used, there's 20 will be stored. So this we know. Hash include stdio.h or any other header file from the library to use the functions. Undefined, define undef. Okay, so undef, remove the old file size and define file size as. Okay, so one more. If not define, if and def means if not message. If message like symbol is not defined in the program, let it be like you. So message will be substituted with the word you wish. Okay, if not defined, already somebody or somewhere in the program, if I have declared message, then again this will not executed. If there is no other symbol in message, then that time it will be created. These are called preprocessors. And continuing variable data types. Okay, so we have programs here given, you can practice, and here you can see how to use printf and scanf also. Okay, so int declaration data type variable name, enter integer, \n means cursor will move to the next line, blinking cursor will be moved to the next line, input will be read in the next line. Scanf %d, and you have entered the integer. So before that you can write the header for inclusion, and so I am going to execute the program. So this is to read the from here you can write the programs directly. Okay, to type the same program. You can ignore return 0. Return 0 రాయకుండా పర్లేదు. Okay, execute, compile, and it will ask for saving. Okay, my input 1, and taking my input 1 file name. Already explained how to save the programs. Source type we have to take C source file. Save. Wait for the compile result. 0 error, 0 warning. Okay, enter integer. It is asking, prompting me to enter integer value only. Okay. $66. I'm going to enter, for example, integer value that you have entered is 66. Okay, so please run the program multiple times and try with different outputs. Execute menu, compile and run. So this time I'm giving A, capital A or small a I'm giving. Let us see what happens. Okay, so it is accepted, but the value A I'm giving, it is showing like a 0. Okay, again I will execute the program. Now I'm giving 1.5 or 11.5. Now it is asking enter integer. I'm going to give float. See, so 0.5 is ignored and will be converted as 11. Okay, so and observe the program once. Okay, scanf both scan and printf. Okay, I'm using %d. Okay, to read integer require %d in both scanf and while printing also a should be printed as integer. 11.5 la print chesindi 11 integer. So percentage, so scanf we should use like full like this %da percentage. So printf can print the message, can print the variable. A value is going to be printed after the comma as percentage. Backslash and mean cursor will move to the next line. Cursor will move to the next line. See, again I will run the program. It is asking to run. See, cursor is waiting. Backslash n is called cursor moment here. It will be waiting for the next line. Okay, so please do practice all the programs and observe. Okay, and down I have given the specifiers. %d for what? Percentage C, percentage. We will use most commonly for %d. Okay, integer. Here first line %d. Okay, integer, short int, long int, character %c. So these four we could use %d, %f, %c, %s. Where we have to use both printf and scanf. They are called as what? These % characters are called as what? Format specifiers. They are used to specify the type of the input output. Where they will be used mostly print and scanf require the format specifiers. Okay, go with the program again. Reading integer. Okay, reading float, for example, float. See, the % character will be, so data type as float, previous program, int a, data type variable declaration, int a variable declaration, scanf input function, reading as %d and storing address of a. Just we said address of a, where it should be stored at the address of a. A is given memory. ikkada chudandi float k, enter k. So int float data type. Now what is the specifier? %f and store the value at the address of k, where the memory given in the RAM, and print k value as float type. Okay, go for character data type, reading and displaying single character. Okay, get char function, put char function we discussed. So there is a variable where get char is going to be stored, put char will display the value. So practice the programs. And one more, we could convert the data types. Okay, just now I have shown 11.5 can be converted into, right, 11.5 is going to be displayed as what? 11. So typecasting, that is called typecasting. We could convert one data type to another type into float. Okay, so one data type to another can be changed, could be changed. That is called data type conversion or typecasting or type conversion. Okay, so int x float z equal to express. Float z is having the value 10 is also converted as 10.0, then 1.0, and z will have 11.0. And there are two types conversion. Automatic conversion is called implicit conversion. The compiler will check the 2 or 3 variables. So int x is there, x is integer, but z is float. So first x will be converted as float. So 10.0 plus 1.0 will be added, then z will store 11.0. So this is called implicit conversion. Implicit, automatically done by the compiler. So done by the compiler. Type conversion. Okay, user explicitly, wantedly will convert the lower data type to higher data type. That is called explicit conversion. Okay, lower data type means what? Starting short int lower, int higher, long higher. Okay, so I'll show again. Higher lower, bool lower, character higher, lower, well in the order, in this order you can understand. Long is lower, float is higher. float is lower to double. Double is higher to all the data types. Long is higher to all the unsigned int, long, unsigned. Okay, this is unsigned long, sorry. Unsigned int, long, unsigned long, that is, there is no bracket, arrow symbol. So left side are lower data types, right side are higher data types. Okay, they are arrow marks, bull, arrow, char. Bull lower, char higher. Char lower, short int higher, short int lower. So user will will have the explicit conversion. Okay, how we have to convert? So you declare different variables and convert them with the data type. So there is a syntax to convert. What is the syntax? In the right before the variable should give the data type. For example, in this program we could have a float variable, the value is 11.5, but value of b after casting b in what is actually b is floating sir, but how b is going to be displayed? Integer specifier, and 11.5 should be converted as what? Integer. Okay, so implicitly I am writing data type before the variable name and specifier. Okay, so see, let us see what is the answer here. This is called explicit casting. Already I have saved the program. See, 11.5 will be converted to integer value. Okay, after converting b, the casting value of b after casting is 11. Okay, the value of b is 11 after casting. What is the actual value? 11.5. But how it is going to converted? It is going to convert as integer. See, you could observe two things. Percentage d I am using for f. So that's what format specifiers are required. Okay, for this purpose only, typecasting purpose only we require. Okay, so conversion of one data type to another by user. User just explicit. If the compile is doing, that is called implicit conversion. Okay, so we understand. Okay, so by this we are going to end the first unit. Okay, if any topics are left over, okay, we will discuss finally, but according to syllabus all the topics are covered. Okay, right, we start second unit in the next class.